So the theme of this week for me was red days and trading out of process, right? So let me show you where it begins. If we look on the 4-hour chart, this was 2 Fridays ago. So not 2 days ago, but 9 days ago. I'm short above the 42.75s. I don't know the exact number. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Right up here. Because I'm like, okay, this thing's coming down, right? So now here's where all of this turns. And this is what it all comes into how I traded last week, but how I really saved myself. And I only ended up losing, including what I traded live, which I scaled way down. And in the prop firm fees, if I were to reset, it was about $640 total. So it wasn't like I lost $50,000 or some weird out of line number like that. It was nothing like that. But what happened was I closed the short right here where my cursor is at 42s, whatever number that was. Literally no more than 60 seconds after that, it went 100 points lower, roughly. Okay, so now what happened was I saw the next short on the 15-minute and 2-minute, and I thought that I went short, and I hit the buy button. And here's what I did. Because I thought that the order below me was my target, I moved it way down underneath 00 evens. I had it at 98.50 right here. It turned out to be my stop order on 7 accounts. Okay, so now dum-dum did a dum-dum, right? So that it stopped it out before it, right? It didn't go all the way down to the target. It hit max drawdown on all the accounts. Okay, now what did I do afterwards? This is where I was very frustrated, right? Because that is not the probability of making a mistake is low when you've been doing it for a long time. Now, that probability is not necessarily in your process calculation, right? So you're thinking like, well, oh man, what do you do when that happens? Well, you go back to square one. You go back to square one, you watch the video, and you do the instructions with what you know now. So what did I do this next week? Now, I'm not saying that I traded any better, watch, because I think I lost almost every day but one. Small amounts of money, to be very, very clear. I'm in 1 micro in my live account, and I had 2 accounts hooked up to it, and both of them got smoked like a cheap pack of Cools. So what I did was I literally sized down and had very little to no risk at all, just to be flat out, no risk at all. Because I'll tell you what, I traded like a knucklehead. While all of you were in the room making money, I was getting smoked. Not literally, like not losing my house. I think I lost $140 live because I really scaled down. But I did blow 2 more accounts. So I blew 8 of 6 accounts, meaning I reset 2 of them and they got smoked like a pack of cigarettes. I went short like a ding-dong right here. Thought I was smarter than the rest of the market. Still in tilt mode, if we will, right? I was fully recognizing that I was in tilt mode. I didn't even trade 1 micro in my live account. And so then I blew I blew a 150,000 and a 50,000 right here, while G-Man was like, long only boss, right? Long only boss. Okay. So now what I just wanted to show everyone that I get derailed too. Right? Okay. Now let's dive into the charts, because I'm not as bullish as I was. Now let me be very, very clear. I get it. Mancini says we're basing and we're creating the leg, the consolidation for the next move. Okay. Which way is the next move? Well, I get that he says higher technically, right? Okay. But I have lightened up to basically no positions besides small bond positions in the TLT in my IRA. The reason is we are struggling every single time we get up into these order blocks. Now, are they just accumulation, manipulation, distribution? Is that what they're doing? They need an accumulation point that's lower. Here's the thing. I did very, 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 very well over the last 2 years in my IRA. I took profit. And let me show you where I took profit. Here. Am I looking at that right? Right here over the last 3 days. Right into this gap. There's something about this gap. Now listen to me. I am not telling anyone what to do with your money. I'm telling you what I did. Okay? I made over 100% in the last 2 years. It's more than that. I'm struggling with Tastyworks to see a chart that's greater than 2 years of my account balances, right? Because then I'll give you the exact percentage of what I actually made. It's astronomical, not to mention the extreme gains that I made in the crypto space. So I've really trimmed down, folks. So if we see, and I want to be very clear, I am not saying we're going to see this. If we see a bar that's bigger than this red one right here, folks, if they don't accumulate immediately after this, a bar larger than this red one right here, Houston, we got problems. Here's my thought, and I want everyone to think about this in the contrarian way, okay? Here's how I'm thinking about this. Trump was elected, right? This is not a political speech. You'll see where I'm going with this. Trump was elected. Everyone, including your Uber driver, knows that the stock market is going to go up because Trump was elected. What does a smart money manager do when everyone knows it's going up? Okay. Yeah, but you might miss the next leg. Ooh, well, I'll tell you what, I can put an option position on that will not allow me to miss the next leg if it moves up. Okay. I don't need the exposure. I'm not saying it's going up. I'm not saying it's going down. What I know is everyone in the world knows the stock market is going up. I've learned my lesson over the last 26, 27 years of saying those words. Those are my words of caution to myself, right? As Mancini says, these videos and these notes are for me, my personal notes, my trading notes, right? So this is a vlog of my personal notes, right? So I have very, very little skin in the game. If I find a perfect move on the daily or the 4-hour chart over the next month or so, will I put it on? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, I will, with leverage. This market's getting spicy. Look at this down leg. I wasn't at the charts on Friday afternoon. I went and took a walk in the park with the wife, right? What do white guys do? I went by the pond and skipped rocks. Okay, so let's get into the chart. Let's go to the 4-hour with this bad boy. Okay, first thing we're going to notice, it cannot crack this all-time high order block on the daily chart. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The next thing that I want you to watch is notice this gap on the Deep Space Nine news. Oh, that was pretty funny. They reclaimed it, right? It just couldn't find a seller. Okay, so then it comes all the way up, and where does it go? Watch, there's no way. I'm kidding, okay? It goes all the way right back into this order block and fails again. Monster gap. They buy it again. They find the sell side liquidity. Now, there is a perfect channel. Do you guys see it? There's a perfect channel. Do they head to the bottom of it? Do they get through this fair value gap? Or, okay, I reserve my right to waffle. The NQ finds a way through. Now remember, I was just talking about the S&P, but I'm going to slide over here to the NQ. Okay, on the S&P, what happens if the NQ catches a bid through this high-to-high trend line into this all-time high order block? Okay, it's all kind of the same mumbo-jumbo. Now, I'll be watching this line here this week. So what is that on the NQ? 21,000. 21,000. Don't try to make it complicated. 6.6433. Don't do that. If you're a quant, you can do that, right? Because again, now let's think about what I was just saying. I was just saying, like, hey, Trump was elected. Everybody thinks the market's going to go up. I think it goes down. Or I don't think it goes down. It could go down. Okay. What if everybody thinks that it's going to go down right here because it touched the higher trend line, and this is what it says in the YouTube video that I watched yesterday from Gary Smiley, right? It'll go up, right? Wherever, like, think about how sports books and sports betting works. How do they know what the line is? Why would they say bet $5 and we'll give you $200? So I just get $200? No. They know you're going to lose $200, right? They just know, right? So think of the opposite at all times. That's the hard part. That's the strategy. Okay, that's the simple part. What's not easy is applying it in real time, right? So next week on the ES, let's just dive right in and finish this up here so I can go. The wife wants to take me shopping, meaning she needs my debit card. This Globex gap or this low-to-low trend line, this Globex gap or this low-to-low trend line, that's going to do it for me. This is SageFT, live trading desk, sageft.com. Come hang out with us. We've got a free Discord. We're going to put the link in the description down below. Come by, say hi. Come check out the absolutely amazing traders that have been brewing in the chat. You'll love it. You'll love the interaction. There's people trading 23 and a half hours a day, 6.5 days a week from all over the world. It doesn't matter where you live. They're trading in there. We've got 700 people in there now. It's starting to pop. That's going to do it. I'll see everyone tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. live. I hope you're watching the Super Bowl when this comes out. I think this comes out right before the Super Bowl starts. I hope your team wins. I'll see you tomorrow morning.